Listen, I've been getting this goofy ass question so much that I had to write it down, right? A lot of people keep asking me, hey man, like I've been going hard for a month, I'm not seeing the results I want, or I've been going hard for 3 months, I'm not seeing the results I want, what do I do? Listen, you didn't give a fuck about what you ate for 10 plus years, and now you do the bare minimum, eating what you're supposed to, working out how you're supposed to, for about 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and you expect results. That's fucking crazy, dude. That's literally crazy. You have to realize that all those years that you're eating like shit, you weren't paying attention to what you were doing. You were doing harm, right? You're doing a lot of harm. You're gaining a lot of fat, which means to lose that fat, obviously, it's going to take at least, one half, 1/4 of the time. But you have to be patient, right? You have to change who you are. The reason you feel like you're in a rush is because you want to go back to your old habits so badly. And that's where the issue lies. The reason people are not reaching their goals, the reason people do not reach their goals is because they think that they just have to adhere to a diet regimen and a workout regimen for a couple of months, and then they can finally stop doing that and go back to what they were doing before. Obviously, if you're doing what you did before, you're going to look how you looked before and think how you thought before. If you want to look different from the way you do now, and you want to finally make that real change, it's all going to be fucking mental. All right, you have to change how you look at food. You have to change how you look at exercise. You have to stop looking at everything as punishment and realize that eating unhealthy is unhealthy, eating healthy is healthy, period. All right, I know I say this a lot, but you guys don't understand this shit because I keep getting these questions. Generally, based on the questions you ask, I can tell what level of your journey you're on. If you're like, how many cheat meals can I have? You're cooked. If you're like, dude, I've been working out hard for 8 weeks, I don't see results. You're cooked. All right. Literally, gaining muscle takes time. Losing fat takes time. Just like gaining fat takes time. You took years to gain fat. You've been eating like shit for years. I've never seen anyone gain a lot of fat in a short period of time. Just like I don't see people lose fat overnight. It does not happen overnight, guys. Stay consistent. Another thing is a lot of people don't realize what their starting body fat percentage is. They'll look at my transformation, they'll be like, oh shit, okay, so I can put in, 6 months of work and I'll get results. It's like, no, you have zero muscle mass, right? And you have a lot of body fat. And the way you view food, the way you view nutrition, you don't view food as fuel. So it's gonna take you a longer time, just off rip, all right? So stop starting your journey and then thinking you deserve results immediately. Like you did 2 months and you expect 10 years of results. That's not how this shit works. It doesn't make any fucking sense. If everyone could get 10 years worth of results in 2 months, everyone would be lean. The whole nation would be lean, right? The reason most people are not lean, most people are out of shape because they just give up. They're like, whoa, I'm not seeing results in 2 months. Yes, you are. You're just not being patient enough. The way you see long-term results, right, is shifting your mentality, making it a motherfucking lifestyle. Look up the word lifestyle. Use ChatGPT or whatever the fuck you need to because you guys don't understand what lifestyle actually means. All right, small changes compounded over time is how you're going to get to your goals and stay there. You cannot be thinking like your 30% body fat self when you're at 10% body fat. So adhering to a program and then going back to your old habits will never work. Doing carnivore, doing keto, then going back to eating like a big back is going to make you look like a big back. All right, if you think like a big back, you're going to act like a big back. It's very simple. You cannot think one way and act another. All right, that's why a lot of people, like I said, they fail after 2 months, 1 month, because they're thinking one way. Okay, cool, right? They're thinking how they used to think, and they're doing new things, but they're still thinking how they used to think, and they're not doing anything to change it. They're not changing their surroundings. They're not changing what they consume. They're not changing their mindset. They're not reading. They're not looking at it long term. All right. If you don't give yourself at least 6 months, which is, I'm going to stop saying 6 months. If you don't give yourself at least a year, because you have to have time to make mistakes, time to learn yourself, right? 6 months of consistency will change your life. But in this fitness journey, it takes a lot of time for you to really realize, the mindset that you need to be locked in. Because if you're locked in for 6 months, that's what changes your life. However, a lot of times people go back and forth with food and they're getting over that food addiction, and it takes them 6 months before they're able to execute the nutrition and the workout consistently. And then 6 months from there, they end up executing their goals and actually putting in the work, right? But you got to give yourself time. The impatient shit makes no fucking sense. It makes no sense to me. The time's going to pass regardless, right? You might as well be doing what you need to do. You might as well use that time to become the person that you need to become. Because when it's a year later, right? Just think about it. When it's a year later, do you want to be in the same spot or worse, or do you want to be better